become the pioneers of the new revolution. June 17, 2013. You will find yourselves able to pick up on the frequencies and impressions being emitted by us souls in the higher dimensions, quite easily as you grow and develop your multidimensional perceptions and abilities. We quite excitedly await the time when every one of you dear souls can maintain an active and steady link to our energies. We're so very excited to convene with every one of you who finds yourself awakened to the reality of our existence and our wish to assist you along your ordained ascension processes. If we could only but express every last bit of our excitement to convene with you in the purest and realest ways possible, then you would understand it indeed. Just as other souls from the higher realms have, we've worked with many of you quite exponentially in the past, and specifically, those of you who find yourselves attracted to our communications and our vibrations have been companions of ours in the past, as we've worked to uplift various planets and civilizations. That is indeed the aim of the Galactic Federation, and we've delightfully tasked ourselves with helping as many planets and civilizations as possible to see the light. Specifically, we're helping you dear souls to assist the Earth in her ascension process. Transmuting the lower dimensions. A large facet of the missions of you who are incarnate on the Earth has been to actively face and transmute the lower dimensionality of the Earth's collective consciousness, and you've done this with grace and strength. The collective vibrations being emitted by every soul on your Earth are reaching much more lighted territory than they've been in for quite a while. This is being aided by the opening of various gates of energy that are to serve as exponential planetary chakras for SanJASKa, who is to utilize such open gates to assist in the cleansing we're performing in your skies in nearly every moment. The cleansing we're performing for your ground, skies and waters is scientific and healing based in nature, and we're able to perform such cleansing on an advanced level compared to what's performed on your Earth in this moment, because of our understanding of the necessity of merging science and spirituality. The division of science and spirituality has been one of the biggest facets of the holding back of humanity for far too long. Mainstream science on your world has chosen to largely focus on physicality and discovering and proving things in a physical sense, rather than placing a bit of credence to what's already been long uncovered and discovered concerning the realms of source and the energy that serves as the driving force of your reality. We speak of the energy that creates gravity and time as you experience them. The energy that sustains your conscious experience upon the specific octave of reality you exist in. This is omnipotent, spiritual energy, and it can be accessed and benefited from within the human temple. Daily affirmations for channels. Upon accessing your connection with Spirit, some of you will find brimming and excited beings from the higher dimensions, such as us and your spiritual guides, who will eagerly step in to connect with you. We wholeheartedly encourage anyone who's just beginning to open up to their channels, to practice daily affirmations to the extent of only allowing beings of the purest consciousness and intent to be with you in any and every moment. Your daily affirmations are important if you wish to maintain active and real links with our energies and impressions, because while their influence is fading, lower inclined entities will still attempt to come through and masquerade as a plethora of different beings, while funneling though false and misleading information and lower impressions disguised to be of the light. We trust that you can begin to recognize if a lower entity is attempting to pose as an entity of the higher dimensions, and call upon any one of your guides or archangels Michael and Raphael for their specific healing and cleansing energies. These souls and so many others in the higher realms will help you to ward off the influence of any lower inclined beings who would attempt to mislead and confuse. The accelerating awakening taking place in the minds and hearts of every single Earth soul is initiating massive positive effects in your physical reality, and like all good things, it'll take a bit more of your physical concept of time for the bulk of the changes you the awakening humanity have largely helped to manifest, to become apparent. The higher dimensions are moving onto your world as you grow toward them and as souls within them, at quite a rapid pace. We trust as that many of you who are awakening can long feel the speeding up of time as you continue to grow and learn and greet the higher dimensions of experience, wherein time is not a factor and as such, begins to accelerate increasingly before fading. easily connecting with the higher realms. Continuing to practice and affirm active links to the higher dimensions will see you well on your way to fully developing and strengthening your perceptions, and the energies you're actively absorbing onto yourselves will only continue to increase in purity and intensity as you take in and absorb more and more of such energies. We note that many of you note, especially at this point, that your ease and ability to access the higher dimensions and our impressions is becoming much stronger, and we can say with smiles on our faces and love in our hearts that you dear souls have earned this ease. You've earned the fruitful ability to traverse the vast astral landscapes you can begin to open yourselves up to, and you've certainly earned the right to communicate with us in the higher dimensions. We offer much of ourselves to the ascension of your earth, and as such, have found ourselves quite close with the energies of the awakening and unawakened humanity alike. We care deeply for every one of you dear souls, and want nothing less than your full awakening and evolution into the realms of full consciousness wherein we will delightfully greet you. However, we do understand that some souls on your earth, indeed many of them, are still comfortable in the lower dimensions of experience, and continue to be accustomed to the density that's remained prevalent within and around them for much of their experience. We respect and appreciate this, though we'll always and forever be with every soul who begins to find a connection to and interest in the higher dimensions. We'll forever make very strong attempts to communicate and connect with you, and we've used synchronicities to connect with awakening souls on your earth who've noticed the signs we've given and actively picked up on them. Encoded synchronistic messages. There's a message encoded into everything you experience in your physical lives, and the message you can receive and decode will help you along the way of your physical experiences and will help you with lessons and themes that continue to emerge in your lives. We respect and love you for the fact that you are undergoing vast and extensive lower dimensional lessons that we note in your minds and hearts do indeed seem to be quite intense, and we honor you for your ongoing commitment to the earth experience and to transmuting the lower vibrations that would remain all-encompassing on the surface of the earth, were it not for your efforts. We do indeed go to a great extent to remind you of the good you're doing on the earth, and we forever will. Because we want you to understand in the strongest and purest ways you can, that you have quite literally saved the surface of the earth. You have saved the earth spirit herself, who would have experienced physical devastation on her surface as a result of humanity's actions, which would have done extensive damage to her spirit and her ability to access the source of existence. Gaia thanks you endlessly for your incarnation onto the surface of the lower dimensional earth. And if you could feel the strength and purity of the vibrations you're emitting out in any and every moment, you'd understand our brimming enthusiasm and wish to let you know of the good you're doing, in every way we can. You are funneling vibrations through yourselves in a near constant manner that are vastly pure in structure, and again, they'll only increase in purity as you greet each earthly day and find yourselves undergoing many similar experiences. Playing various different roles. We note that the average daily living on Earth tends to feel arduous or dragged out at times, and we hope to be able to offer salvation from the difficulties of the Earth experience. In every moment you can find yourselves connected with our energies and impressions. This goes back to the fact that you deserve to be able to find and radiate the impressions of the higher dimensions, and many of you have reached an advanced stage along your growth wherein you're now able to call upon the higher realms for assistance in all endeavors. You are truly able to do this, and we'll be here for every one of you who actively seeks our communications, guidance and advice. Even beyond connecting with us, you can access the many aspects of the higher dimensions that will offer you refuge from the temporary difficulty of the earth experience. You can connect with a multitude of realms that will leave you in awe, because of the sheer beauty and the intense joy being emanated from them. You can make fruitful attempts to visualize specific astral realms, or even your earthly realm in different time periods that some of you resonate with more than your current. You've had plentiful experiences upon the lower dimensional earth, and the bulk of you have traveled through and experienced every last facet of this earth you call home. You've played the various different roles. existed in the various different societies and under various different archetypes, and you've come out of every experience with an advanced understanding of the mechanisms of the earth and how your experiences are brought about in each and every culture and time period. Seeming differences and illusory separation. One thing you'll notice upon ascending back into a perspective of being able to see and feel every time period of your dear Earth, is that the mechanisms and habit patterns fed in your current society have been fed in plenty of previous time periods and civilizations as well. Indeed, the mechanisms that seem so established and prevalent in your reality are as prevalent as they are because they've been fed throughout plenty of time periods. Something you dear souls will come to find upon reaching the aforementioned ascended perspectives is that despite the seeming differences you think you possess with those in different countries, religions and indeed, even different time periods, you'll come to find this separation is purely illusory as you see that every culture and civilization has acted under the same general ways of living and being. Every one of you is united via the network of spiritual energy encompassing and creating your realities, and when you can work to actively discover this connection and build something strong and real upon it in your reality as a result, the tidal waves of change you'll create will be grand indeed. We encourage every one of you to get as active as you feel you possibly can in every moment, to help anchor the higher dimensions onto your world and spread as much higher dimensional truth and love as you can. We call on every one of you to begin doing the work required to help your fifth dimensional realms descend down unto you now, as truly, the people must be motivated to change and spiritual revolution are to occur. Non-violent spiritual revolution. We do indeed speak of spiritual revolution, which comes about in a non-violent manner, yet in an incredibly strong and assertive manner. With the power of the higher dimensions and every countless being existing in these realms, there's truly nothing a motivated and spiritually uplifted humanity cannot do. This is why we call on every one of you to become the pioneers of the new spiritual revolution. It's time to peacefully proclaim your independence and sovereignty from the tyranny that sought to control your lives and experiences, as you've always been free and sovereign, spiritual beings, and nothing can take this from you. The false beliefs of the cabals that they're the true rulers of your earth and can hold any soul back they choose, are just that and will be answered to by the increasingly awakening humanity, who will assess yourselves gracefully, yet with strength. As we make our final impressions for this communication, we wholeheartedly encourage acting upon the inspiration and motivation so many of you are beginning to feel. We're working as much as we can to help you increase such motivation and increase the drive to enact and proclaim change on your world, and you will be and are establishing the new earth with every effort you make. Understand the strength and purity of your collective intent to bring about and anchor real and positive change, for our aim is to motivate you into igniting revolution peacefully and building the grand utopia that will be your brimming galactic future. Thank you to SanJAsKa. Channeled through WesAnak. WesAnak.com. AquariusParadigm.com